Welcome to the second annual bracket challenge between the two of us. I have a blue marker. She has a pink marker. This is to denote boy, girl.
In
And
case you were wondering.
just for people who decide to fast forward to the end.
People who fast forward to the end are silly.
I know.
They miss
So
the
we're
point.
gonna pick with each round, and we'll see at the end of the playoffs who's more wrong, because we're both gonna be wrong.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a matter of degree. All right, so
Oh, we should mention we have a bracket challenge up online that people
Yes.
can join in.
yes, it's posted on my Twitter. So if you follow,
And it's on the community page on YouTube. And it's on Facebook. And it's on Discord.
it's in the description of all my videos. But that's my Twitter handle, Shan's Boomstick, which is a reference to Army of Darkness. So, because I made that handle long before I had a YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm gonna write my picks over top, and then you can write yours underneath.
Okay.
And then we can compare from there. And then this will be our Stanley Cup Finals here. So you've got round 1, round 2, 3, and then 4, which is the finals.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now, Tampa versus Columbus. Now, for people who've watched my previews, now you guys know who I'm picking already, but her picks will be different. I am, of course, taking Tampa, because I don't see Columbus being able to take them out. I apologize to Columbus fans.
I can't write this way, so this is really hard to write that way.
Do you want to switch sides?
That would make it easier.
Okay, well, me
Would it
being
for you, though?
left-handed, I always... Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm good on this side. Do you
Okay.
want to try writing that again?
Yes, that looks terrible.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll try that again. Okay, so we're both picking Tampa Bay in the first round.
Even though I don't want to.
Shouldn't surprise anybody. Of course, Boston against Toronto. This is where we were different last year. Last year I took the Leafs. I'd like to apologize to Boston Nation. I'm wearing my Bruins gear, Winter Classic and all. Okay.
Yeah, I picked Boston too.
So there's no divergence in who we're picking at this stage. But once we get to
we don't agree on
the next
anything.
round, it'll change. Now,
I think we agreed more this year than we did last year, though.
oh, absolutely.
Last
yes.
year, I think our whole thing was different.
Okay, so Capitals against the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, I did too. This is hard to read on a wiggly board.
Isn't it, though?
I know.
Isn't that interesting? And then Pittsburgh against the Islanders. It is the hockey gods' desire that Pittsburgh plays Washington.
Neither.
Washington plays Pittsburgh in the second round. That's like a given. It's just standard. But this is where we diverge just slightly. She's taking the Islanders over the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
You just became very popular with Islander fans.
You're welcome.
They will now want you to do the videos rather than me.
They really don't.
Okay.
That's not something they would want.
Out west. Calgary.
Yep. Me too.
Vegas versus San Jose. Vegas.
Agreed.
And I was seeing on Twitter yesterday, and apparently this goes around that, whether or not you're supposed to call it Las Vegas or Vegas, everybody just calls it Vegas. Locals, tourists, everybody, it's just called Vegas. I think the whole Las thing, I think it's just kind of gone. So I think it's weird that there's still some debate about that. Certainly before they had a hockey team, I thought it was Las Vegas, but now, a couple years into the hockey team, now it's just Vegas. Nashville versus Detroit. This one pains me.
No.
Yeah, and I don't like it. And that's the thing. I don't like taking Nashville.
No.
I don't.
No. I don't like them. But,
Well, I'm not saying that I don't like them. I don't want Nashville fans to think I don't like Nashville.
I don't like them.
No. That's just no. And Winnipeg against St. Louis. she's taking the Jets. I'm taking St. Louis.
Yes.
You're not a traitor.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm a traitor. Okay.
If we weren't traitors, when Canucks. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they can win the cup this year. I don't think they're in it.
Traitor.
Tampa Bay's against Boston in round 2.
It's just because you don't believe in your team.
Is that why I'm taking Tampa in round 2?
Oh, yeah.
She's more pained about it than I. Hey, I'm wearing my Bruins because this is who I'd like to see win the Stanley Cup. I'm just not betting on it. Okay, so do you want to explain why you're picking Tampa?
Well, did you see their points?
Yes.
What's the
Absolutely,
computer
yes.
doing? Oh.
It's a feedback thing. It'll
Weird.
go away.
Okay.
It'll go away. Washington versus Pittsburgh. This is round 2. And,
No.
well, you don't have Pittsburgh getting out of the first round, so.
Nope. They've already had their turn.
I know you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish playoffs worked that way, but I'm
Yes.
taking Pittsburgh, and she's taking Washington to go into the Final Four. Now, Calgary, Vegas. This is where I have a really hard time picking. I honestly do. And I'm going to regret this one.
I don't remember.
I have a funny feeling I'm going to end up being wrong
I
if
don't
these teams
remember
play
what
each
I
other.
picked when we were going over this before.
But I'm taking Calgary. And I think it's because Calgary has home ice and they do very well against Vegas in Calgary.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said before
Right,
when we
well,
were going through this.
Go ahead and pick.
Oh.
It's a tough one. It is.
Well, I don't know.
All of Vegas is watching. No pressure.
I know. See?
I took Vegas to be out in the first round last year, though, and then
I didn't.
Once we hit the second round, I went, okay, Vegas is not going to be out, so I took them in the second and the third round. And then in the finals...
I don't remember exactly what I picked, but I remember I picked them being in longer.
I took them to win the finals, too. So I took Vegas to win every series except the first, which is the one they won.
See, and I don't know the numbers or anything like that. I'll just say Vegas.
Calgary had 107 points. Vegas had 93.
Okay.
Nashville, St. Louis.
Oh.
Okay, so my numbers in St. Louis are going to go up. She's taking the Jets.
Yes.
So she is favoring a rematch between the same two teams that met in the conference finals last year.
Yes, that would be really fun.
Now, this is where you can see we've diverged from one another. We only have one team that's the same out of the 4. Okay, now...
Oh, yeah, we do.
You know, Tampa Bay Pittsburgh for me is really difficult because I'm scared to death of Pittsburgh. But I'm going to take Tampa.
Yeah.
And she's taking Tampa as well. So we agree on the one finalist. We will not agree on the second finalist.
No.
Because of who's left in here. And this feels weird because there's a lot riding on this, but I'm taking St. Louis to go to the Stanley Cup final. Who are you taking between Vegas and the Jets?
I'll say Jets. I don't think this is what I picked when we went over it the other day.
I think it's really close.
I think I might have done it a little bit different than what I said the other day.
And then I'll just make a header here of Cup winner. I'm a coward, so I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna guess so too.
You're guessing Tampa Bay as well?
Yeah.
Seems to be a pretty common...
Have you seen their numbers?
I know. So she's taking Tampa over the Jets. I am taking Tampa over St. Louis in the finals. And it feels weird to see St. Louis and say St. Louis in the finals, but one thing about the playoffs is you only have to beat 3 teams to get to the finals. Doesn't matter who's playing who elsewhere. Does this speak to maybe a perceived weakness in the West? Maybe a little bit, but the Blues have been playing really, really well. Yvonne thinks the Jets are just going to turn it on. And
they'll decide that they can play a whole game of hockey instead of a half a game.
I hope you're right. Ideally, if it was a perfect playoffs, for me, of course, it'd be Boston and Dallas. But the perfect backup would be Boston and Winnipeg. That would be absolutely fantastic.
That would be so fun.
I would enjoy that quite a bit, especially with the two of us and our choices of our favorites. That'd be an interesting finals. We almost got Dallas and Winnipeg in the first round, which would have been interesting too, because I like Dallas, she likes Winnipeg, so very interesting. And we could potentially get Dallas and Winnipeg in the second round, but neither of us are taking Dallas to win the first. So there you go. There's our brackets. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.